Hello, guys. Good evening. Um, this is Austin on the line, and this is my second broadcast. Um, Hold on, please. Let me check my background. All right. So, back to what I was saying. This is Austin Chukwegu, and I'm going to give us a very brief live broadcast this fateful evening. And hope we all had a wonderful day. And I hope the day was not so stressful. You know, I've not been having my live broadcast because I've been kind of busy. Sorry, pardon me. Been kind of busy trying to attend to a good number of things. More on like my work thing. So I've not had so much time as to come online. Anytime I do come online, most times it's for shooting YouTube videos. But according to the instruction of the admin, it says that those who shoot live broadcasts are going to be given preferential treatment. They're the ones that are going to stand more opportunities of getting more crane goals. And they're also going to help in bringing in a good number of people to the community. A good number of people within the TBC community are sleeping. They need to come awake. They need to wake up. And he has given the broadcasters the opportunity to go and wake them up. You know, So this broadcast that I'll be giving is going to be very, very steady. Now, for those of us that will watch this broadcast, I would also be available again tomorrow by 8:30 same time. And as much as possible, I'll try to be consistent working by 8:30. So I crave your indulgence. If you're available, come online and let's discuss. So um, let's go into business. The first thing that we have to discuss about is, before I continue, I would like to bring in my topic. My topic is how TBC shall take over the financial system of the world. That's my topic. Now, when I want to begin, I want us to first of all understand what TBC is all about. And for me to be able to explain what TBC is all about, I would also need to give us a brief history of what money is and how money started and where we are currently in the face of the financial system. You know, I wouldn't want to deal so much on details. I'll be as brief as possible. Since today is just the introduction of the series program, I would as much as possible take it step by step. We all know about the barter system, how it started. And then the barter system proceeded after they had worked with it for some time. It went into the cowrie system, and then from cowrie system, they went into precious metals. From precious metals, they went into, well, a good number of things came up, and as this evolution was taking place, there is this thing that we do call control. You know, Forgive me, I'm going to combine understanding about the things of the Lord with this broadcast I'm giving and how it relates to the financial system of the world. Now, after we finish this broadcast, if you need to ask questions, you can go ahead and ask questions. As much as possible, I'll try to keep to my timing to make sure that I don't exceed my time. Maximum I'm going to spend here is about 45 minutes. So, like I was saying, the system, the financial system kept evolving to the point we are in now. And all these systems was all built because they wanted to, in a way, create order within the human race. That was why these systems were built. The barter system was not competent enough to take care of the financial system. That was how they had to evolve to the cowrie system. And each of them, they kept seeing something that was wrong with the system. It kept evolving until they came into paper system. We all know how the paper system is. Before the paper system became what was happening was that gold was a bit bulky and it was not so easy to find. In some places of the world, there is gold, while in some places of the world, there was not gold. So the system of the world came together, the governments of the world, countries of the world, they came together and they said, we want to see how we can make things easier. And this meeting held, I think, in the US, where all the countries gathered together, and they decided to use a particular backing, which was the dollar backing. They chose the dollar in direct association with gold. That is to say, the benchmark that they used to weigh gold was the dollar. And it is from the dollar that every other currencies in the world was linked to. So the number one currencies of the world then became the dollar. But the thing was that the system had it that for every dollar, there's going to be an equivalent amount of gold in the bank. By then, the banking system had already been existing. So if I give you $100 notes, that means there is an equivalent amount of gold in the bank, such that you can use that $100 and then travel anywhere within the world and go to any bank, give them that note, and they'll give you an equivalent amount of gold. That is according to how they go about the measurements, the ways. You know. So the thing is this: the system kept moving on until this man came in, which was one of the governors, one of the presidents of the United States. That is Richard Nixon. When he came in, he decided to break up the gold backing standard. Such that paper money now became a system of control. After that rule was given by Richard Nixon, there was what we call a relative form of stability in the world. The way inflation had always been, or is now, has not been like that. It's because there was a form of regulation or a kind of control, and that control was actually the way gold was backing up paper money system. But when the gold backing was taken out, that was when money became a system of control. And it was directly tied to the government. The government were the ones solely responsible for printing money, and when they print money, they distribute. The strength of every currency is tied to how usable it is by people within that country. That is what gives a currency its value. Because within that area, the government says, this is money, you can spend it. That is how money has been spent for several number of years until now. But you see, that system was not done well. The reason I say it wasn't done well is because there was this thing that is called inflation. There was this thing that we call the bank. Banks are the major problem that the world is facing now financially. So many of us may not know this, but these banks, they have their own terms, their own conditions. When you go to a bank and you tell the bank you want to open an account, when you go to that bank, they'll give you a long form to fill. And when you take your time to read through that form, most of us, we don't read through. What we just do is we just go straight to where they said, put in your name, put in your address, put in your signature. We do not take time to read. Now, if we do take time to read, we'll find out that in that place that they have given us that form to fill, there is something that they say there. And what is that? They tell you that we have the right to use your funds and do whatsoever we want, such as making international trades, and getting profit, after which we shall give you a certain amount of profit. But you see, in a way, that is called fractional reserve lending system. Now, that's a system that the bank has been using to create serious inflation within the economy. And it has been going on and on and on, you know, up till now, and somehow what has happened is that it has created a wider gap between the rich and the poor. Before, there was what we call the middleman. The middleman is the one that stands between the rich and the poor. But the gap kept going wider and wider until the middleman was taken out. Now there is nothing like a middleman. It's either you belong to the rich class or you belong to the poor class. You know, this is just a summary. This is just a summary of how the financial system has been. And if you look at it very well, you find out that there are some certain sets of people in the world that are feeling the heat much more. There are some sets of people that are highly underdeveloped in our world. Who are those people that are highly underdeveloped? It is the African race. The African race are the ones that are suffering so much. Well, some of the Asian race too are suffering it. They are experiencing that setback. And what they are doing is they are hoping that someday things will get better. Every day they are praying to God. And if you look at the African race, they are the ones that are more spiritual. But when you look at the Western world, the more developed world, there are not much of spirituality in them. They just believe, well, the government can do this for us, the government can do that, the government can take care of this, the government. There is this dependency that they've had on the government. But over here in the black, the African race, our government has failed us. Our government has failed us so much. We cannot depend on the government anymore because they have not helped matters. Let's give an instance from where I am in Nigeria. Nigeria is a wonderful country that is blessed with natural resources. I mean, wonderful natural resources. That's Nigeria. We have coal, we have groundnuts, we have palm oil, we have a number of export products that if we make use of it, we can grow our foreign exchange ranking in the world. But what has happened? We are like a dumping ground. In Nigeria, 95% of most things we deal with are imported goods. Why? Does it mean that the government are not able to take care of the system? It's because of we are greedy. And if you look into it, those people who have more of the money are those that are directly affiliated, associated with the government. Those people that are not associated directly to the government cannot enjoy the money. Why? Because that money comes from them. They are the ones that print the money by giving instructions to the central bank to keep printing, and when they print, it passes through them. They have a good number of it. And then they drop the crumbs for workers, and the banks still go about hyperinflation. Every day the value of your money is depreciating. Each time you go to a market and you buy something, let's assume you buy something, it's worth 500 naira. After 3 weeks, the value of that thing goes up by another 100 naira or less. It could be 550 naira. After a month or 2 months, it could go up. Something that was 500 naira 3 months ago becomes 600 or 700. Why? The question is, what is actually causing this inflation? Why is it that things keep getting more difficult by the day? Why is it that people are not able to have money and use it to do what they want happily, comfortably? Most people now say if you want to invest, what you invest in is buy land. When you buy land, the value of the land will appreciate over time. No, it's not that the value of the land appreciates over time. It's because our own money depreciates over time, but the value of land remains stable. That is the reason why it keeps getting more difficult to get a land. If you want to get a land in a good place now, how much would that cost? At least nothing less than 10 million. How many people that are working in our world in Nigeria can afford 10 million to buy a house, to buy a land? Now, when you come into it and you look deeper into it, you find out that I didn't say everybody. I said a bulk of the people who are having this money, if you investigate them very well, you find out that their hands are into a number of fraudulent activities. Sincerely speaking, some of them are Yahoo boys. Yahoo boys are those who are involved in fraudulent activities. And they've stepped it up. It's no more Yahoo boys, it's now Yahoo Plus, you know. And they go about a number of diabolical things just to make sure. Some of them, they call it do as I see, you know, and a good number of wicked things that are creeping up in the heart of man. And everyone is so desperate to make so much money. That's the truth. Everyone is so desperate. It keeps getting more difficult by the day, you know. And every day, someone keeps saying, "You go better, you go better." You go better means it will be well. It will be well. But how much longer is man going to continue to strive to say, "You go better, you go better"? When are we going to decide to say, "No, we can't continue life like this. We have to find a way out"? That's a very good question. And you need to sit down and ask yourself, you know. So I think I've given us a general overview. The first one was concerning the brief introduction of the history of money. The second one is what we are seeing now in our world. In our world, I'm using Nigeria as a very particular case study. You know, I remember when I was in school, how much did it cost me to pay my school fee? It cost me very little amount of money. I think it was not so much, maybe 25,000. Yes. But now you can't even use 25,000 to do an acceptance fee. I went to a federal university. You can't even use 25,000 to do an acceptance fee. And it will keep getting higher and higher. It will keep getting more difficult. A number of people will go into a number of things that are really, really funny. Example, for the ladies, they see that it gets more difficult. What do? They go into things that are like prostitution. The men, when they see that it gets difficult, they go into Yahoo Plus. You know, you need to see how people are working. I mean, fraudulently working to make money. If you want to know those kind of people who are making this kind of money, watch the kind of life they live. The Bible said, "By their fruits you shall know them." That's what the Bible said. So you see, those kind of people that live those kind of life, watch the kind of activities they are, the kind of life they are living. They are living flamboyant kinds of life. You know, lives that when you look at them, you smile. And majority of them flirt with ladies and things that are not worth it, you know. But it's all good. Such is life. Now, the question is, what do we do? How can we survive as an ordinary person? What can I do to make life comfortable for myself? This thought hasn't been going on in my head alone. It has been going on in a good number of people's head. Several years ago, people have been looking for a way out, you know. And while I was pondering on this thing, I started pondering on this thing about 5 years ago. I was pondering on it and asking myself, and things are getting very, very difficult. Why is it like this? I kept thinking through this thing. I've been a hard worker since I've been a child. I've been working really hard to make sure that I make ends meet. But you see, I keep working so hard, and as I keep working hard, I keep getting little and little and little. And at a point, I started saying, why? Why is it like this? You know, I had to go to God in prayer and I asked God, I need a way out. I need to have a family that is comfortable. I want to make sure that I take good care of my wife. I want to make sure that my children never lacks anything. I want to make sure that anytime they go to school, they get to the best of schools. They get the best education. They come out and become very resourceful to our society. That's what the thoughts were going through my mind, you know. And while I was thinking through these things, that was when I heard about Bitcoin. It was Bitcoin that opened the door to financial freedom, you know. I heard about Bitcoin, and when I heard about Bitcoin, I decided to investigate Bitcoin very well. And I came to understand that Bitcoin is a system that was created in direct retaliation against the norm. If you can remember 2008, there's what we call the financial crash in 2008. In financial crash in 2008 was so disastrous. You know, those who were in the Western world, they understood what recession looked like. And all these things has been happening often and on. The booms and the busts has been happening. And it's not going to stop. It will continue to happen until there's what we call a total collapse of the financial system. All these things are going to come over time, you know. So when I looked into Bitcoin, I heard about Bitcoin. I found out that was 2000 and when 2016. I found out that Bitcoin had been existing for about about for about 6 years. I think it came out 2009 or 2008. I never knew about it until 2016, you know. So when I knew about it, I tried to buy some. But you see, the value of it had gone so much high that it wasn't so easy to purchase as much as possible, you know. So, well, I decided to say, I know that this opportunity may have passed me by, but I know that more opportunities will be coming in. It wasn't long before I came across TBC. And when I came across TBC, I also needed to look into it very well because I saw that the system of TBC is different from the system of other cryptocurrencies. By then, several other cryptocurrencies had come up, like Monero, like Dash, like Ripple, and the rest of them. They were all there. So when I looked into TBC, I said, what is it that makes TBC different from other coins? You know, I studied it for some time, and after I had studied it for a while, I came to understand that TBC had the financial future of mankind in its very arm. When I found out that, that was when my journey into cryptocurrencies in TBC began. Now, I don't want to go so deep into my details, seeing that today is my introduction. Consequently, I shall shoot another video tomorrow. By this same time, 8:30 tomorrow, I'll come online and I'm going to also shoot another video. Now, I'm going to start explaining my journey in TBC from inception until now. I'm going to explain how we have gone about trade fairs in Nigeria, how we have gone about spreading TBC. I'll also explain how people turned me down about TBC and how I was able to brace up and continue moving. I'll have a number of things to talk about tomorrow, you know. And then after that, the next day being Sunday, I would also shoot another video by the same time, 8:30. And as much as possible, I would take my time to explain a number of things within the TBC community and why TBC is going to be the #1 cryptocurrency in the world. Now, before I go, a tip of the iceberg. Do you know that there are several cryptocurrencies now in the coin market cap? Do you know that it is only TBC that is not in the coin market cap? The question I'll ask you is, why do you think it's not in the coin market cap? It's a very deliberate question that I'm asking. The reason is because the system of the world has controlled almost everything. They call them the elites. There is only one thing that they cannot control, which they may not have even known about. That is TBC. It is in the hands of human beings that mean well for humanity. It's in the hands of human beings that mean well for humanity. And if it goes into the hand of the elites, it's going to be what you call absolute or total enslavement. Imagine a situation where we've grown to 1 billion and it falls into the hands of the elites. That is going to be called absolute slavery. But you see, because this is the plan of God to change the face of the world, to restore mankind to sanity, Because right now, I see that mankind are insane in their thinking, in their reasoning, almost everything. Men are like human beings walking with their head and their legs are up because of what the financial system of the world has forced them to do. You know, all these things I shall unravel by tomorrow. So for those of us that will watch this video, I know that yes, I just had 4 viewers that came online and then watched my video. But you see, consistency, the admin advised that those who are consistent would gather as much as possible. I have chosen to be consistent in my videos to make sure that I will keep shooting videos and I will bring people and then cause them to understand why TBC is the solution. Okay, I think I'll stop here and um, and I think if you need my help, my phone number is in my channel. You could check any of my short videos. You see my phone number there. You see my Facebook there. You see my email address. In case you want to listen, in case you want to send me an email, or you want to have a chat with me on Facebook or WhatsApp, anyone, I'm available. We can chat, we can talk, we can discuss. Okay, I think I will stop here. This is the introduction. Remember that my topic is how TBC shall take over the financial system of the world. But it is going to be slow and steady. Yes, I know nobody asked questions today because this is the first day. I promise you guys that over time, you guys are going to enjoy watching my station, watching my channel, sincerely speaking, you know, because somehow God has favored me to understand TBC very well. And it's like I always say, like a PhD course I'm studying. I'll graduate from the course when I get to 1 billion verified members. Between now and then, a number of things will happen. During this my series program, I would advise us on what we should do, how and what we should go about, what we should do, the plans we should make to make sure that we benefit maximally from TBC. All right, so far so good. It's only one person that is still on my channel watching me, and I want to say thank you very much for keeping in touch, watching my videos. Sincerely speaking, over time I'll get to know you. Anyway, I think I will know you, but I'll get to know you more. You know, but please do stick with me. I'll be here again tomorrow by 8:30, same time. 8:30, same time, and I believe that the little I have said today, I will say much more by tomorrow. All right, I'll call it a day now, and by the grace of God, we shall continue tomorrow. So do take care of yourself. This is a Friday evening, so have a lovely night rest. For those of us that watch me from wherever you are in the world, take good care of yourself, and please do stick with me. I shall be here tomorrow by same time, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So wherever you are in the world, you could check up 8:30 p.m. West African time. You're going to see the equivalent timing in your own Zoom, and then you can join me. Okay, and we'll see how far we can go. All right, take care of yourself, and to this person that has been there watching me, thumbs up to you. I really appreciate it. Please do stick with me. I have a number of things to discuss with you guys. And well, the second person is just coming in. I'm just about closing my channel. So if you have come in, thank you very much. Take your time and watch my video again, my live broadcast. So till we meet again tomorrow, have a lovely night rest. And for those that will be watching this video, take care of yourself. God bless you. All right, bye.